What up, guys? It's Rebel Racer here. So, there's another video, and I actually had something planned for this video, but I'm actually gonna touch down on 3 to maybe 4 core subjects and briefly talk about them because I think it needs to be addressed. So, first off, let's get on to the first subject. Whenever I have data, guys, and I can do videos and whatnot, I usually check YouTube first. I check first my channel, Cryptic Arts channel, Urchin Greaser's channel, and very commonly, I'll see if there's any new Greaser channels out there that I want to look into. So, when I checked my channel this past couple days, I seen some comments left on one of my videos. And I'm not gonna name the YouTube names these people use, because I'm not name dropping, but if some of you have seen my videos, you know what I'm talking about. Maybe read the comments. Well, if that's the way you're gonna be, that's the way you're gonna be. But it doesn't really matter to me if you're just gonna run your mouth and leave comments, because really it's not gonna do a whole heck of a lot. It's only gonna make you look stupid. But haters come and go, and I have haters, and like I said, they'll come and go. But you know what? Nothing's ever gonna stop me, because, well, frankly, I don't let anything stop me. And I'm telling you that because back in the old day, that kind of stuff would really just have pissed me off. I'd be on there going, when I see you guys, I'm going to put this right into your throats, right into your faces. I'm not like that no more. Nowadays, your comments make me laugh. I laugh at them because you're pathetic. If you have any balls, you get to me face to face and say it. See, you might be saying, well, then why don't you come face to face and tell me how you feel about it? Because I don't feel about it. You're the one leaving the stupid comments. But enough about that. Let's get on to the second subject. When you're a guy and you have interest in a girl, and you know, because you heard it from a friend, or the guy himself told you, or the girl himself told you, you know, he's got interest in me, or I'm interested in her, or you know from a friend that's the friend with that guy that told you, yeah, him and this girl, you know, been talking, you know. You don't contact that person that told you, especially if you're a friend of the guy that told your other friend. You don't text him or call him or whatever and say, you know, I was thinking that, we'll just throw a name out here, just a scenario here. Jack calls up Braden and says, hey, you know, man, I think me and Kimmy would be a really good match. You know, I wasn't really much into looking for a date, but I think me and her can match. And you know at this point in time, because you were told, that your friend, you know, Bob, is into Kimmy. So, and believe me, all these names are just to make a better identity. To hide an identity, I should say. Because I'm not name dropping. But you know that Bob was interested in Kimmy, and you had told Jack that weeks before. But then Jack, who knows, and knows that Bob and Kimmy were getting close. No. Thinks that he's better for Kim. He says he's a better man. No. That's not how you're ever supposed to do anything. You're not supposed to treat friends like that. I mean, if you're think your friends, brothers, in soul and mind, you don't act like that. Names were changed in this scenario to protect identities of those people. I hope that if any of you figure out which one you are, well, you forgive me if you didn't like the name I chose. And don't worry, it's happened to me, so I know exactly what you're going through. Alright. Number 3. So, a lot of the questions that come to me about the greaser community revolve around what's seen in movies, what's seen in TV shows, what's seen in things that feature the greaser subculture. Predominantly, people look at us and they immediately think, oh, you must really like Grease. Or, oh, you must really like The Outsiders. Or, oh, you must love The Wanderers. Or, oh, you must like gay movies like The Warriors, Deuces Wild, and whatnot. Do you think that one whole subculture was, made up around a bunch of freaking movies? This subculture originated in the 50s. Half of those movies weren't even out then. This came long before all that. The Greasers were typically the first kind of type of street gang in, the United States. But, we didn't just... We're what you call modern day, so we may have seen Grease and The Outsiders and may have seen those films and emulated that look and that style, but, I mean, Jesus. Some people, man, I swear, they see one thing and they look at us and they immediately think, oh, this guy must be into Grease or something. And the other thing, too, is they say, so you smoke and you drink and you wear leather jackets and you grease up your hair and you talk about old school cars and bikes and houses with a white picket fence, 2 kids, a wife and a dog. And, why don't you be more modernized? Because modern society sucks, okay? We are rebels. Face that fact. Rebel, greaser. I'm a rebel. I might be a rebel without a cause. I might be a rebel with a cause. I know I spoke on rebellion and I mentioned that I'm a rebel without a cause, but I found a few things to rebel against, and society being one of them. And no, we don't just smoke and drink and do our hair all because of something we've seen. We do this because that's the style, that's how it's always been, how it's always going to be. Don't take us as somebody who just copied a movie. That's the main part of this, part of the conversation, or part of the talk. Okay. Number 4. And I think there's going to be a 5, so we're going to be 5 subjects. I've had some people bring up some certain things on certain people. We're going to use my friend with the name of Bob as another sort of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Sort of a part of the scenario. We're going to use me, and we're going to use, let's use us, because I think I have something on both of us. So, let's go with Bob first. Name change to protect his identity. Bob is a big fan of Batman, especially the Adam West version. Well, Jack, we're going to use him too, because he's part of the problem here. Jack saw a video of Bob in his Batman outfit doing Adam West impersonations and talking about Batman, and he also saw him in his Spider-Man outfit. And he got to saying, well, that's not really greaser things. You know, people have other interests than just being a greaser, Jack. The other thing, too, is me. I mentioned that, I think I've mentioned this in some other videos, I'm a fan of the rapper MGK. I know that's typically not something that a greaser might listen to, but I can feel his music, and it has helped me through a lot of hard times, and I think that in a lot of ways, he's not as bad as half the rappers, and I think that some of his music could be attributed to the greaser lifestyle, especially with some of the, you know, videos he's done, and also sometimes he greases up his hair all slicked back, and sometimes he has, you know, greaser hairstyle look, so, you know, maybe he grew up to some of the same rock and roll and stuff that we did. But when I mentioned that to Jack, he said, well, you know, Rebel, that's not greaser music. Or if I mentioned that I was talking to this girl, I showed him a slight picture. He goes, well, she's not a greaser chick. You know, you have interest in her. She's not. The guy's just sometimes. So there's that. Not everything about us has to be all greaser related. We're greasers, but we have interest. And last but not least, number 5. I touched down on this before, but I'm going to say it again. Gangs are not cool. I've had more than one person tell me, hey, I'm 16 years old, I'm in high school, I'm a greaser, and I got some of my friends that are into the greaser style, and we want to start a gang, what do you think? Or, you know, let's get all the greasers around the world together and start a big gang and call it the Wanderers. Or, hey, let's start a gang of like 5 guys and then mass up later on, you know, and rumble. Or, hey, you know, let's start a gang, but claim we're not a gang. We're just friends who hang out and have a good time together. Gangs? No. You want to hang out with your friends and greasers? Start a Rockabilly Social, Greaser Social Club. Start a, you know, a little, I don't know, get together every week in a meeting and discuss, like, maybe going to an event. Or set up events in your town, like a rock and roll dance. Or have a rock and roll weekend, you know, where you get your whole community involved in it. Or maybe you should see if there's any old greasers in your town that are from the 50s and set up meetings and meet with them. You know, take a couple Saturdays out of your weekend to go over and visit this person and learn from them. Listen to their experiences so that they can teach you. Listen to what they have to say. I know a lot of young cats think, well, I don't want to talk to some old guy. I want to hang with my friends. You know, I don't want to talk about some old generation bullshit. These people may be old, but they know. They know. And if you can't accept the fact that they've probably got better sense than you, well, buddy, you're in a lot of trouble when it comes right down to it. But those are just some of the things, guys, that I thought had to be brought up. So, I hope this all has given you some helpful tips, or you understand that when I talk about things, I try to be as clear as possible. Warning, all the names that were used in this video were changed to protect the people's identity, but If you watch this video, you know who you are. I'll even send a link to some people to let them know that they are in the video under a different name. But until then, as I always say, stay greasy cats, stay sexy chicks. I'm Rebel Racer.